dead of night, two voices awaken from the crypt. One coffin.
Two opinions.
Endless
screams.
Welcome to Two Souls, One Crypt. I'm Jeff Darko.
And I'm Beth Graves.
This week's episode, we are talking Passenger.
Yes, Passenger. We just got out of watching it.
The newly released, fresh out this weekend, Passenger, opening weekend.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, and we finally made it on the first weekend.
Yes, not opening night, but opening weekend at least.
Yes, we never make it opening night.
No.
No.
Because they open on Thursdays now. They don't do...
We cannot go out that late. We can't do it.
Well, we can, but used to it was like midnight releases.
Yes.
Remember the midnight releases?
Yes, I
Thursday
do.
night midnight release? Because the first time they can show it now, they're just showing it like 6 o'clock in the evening.
Even when I was a youngster, I never went to a midnight release.
Oh, I did.
I never did.
I went to a couple. I went to, I think me and my brother Dave went to the midnight release of the 3D version of Nightmare Before Christmas.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did a 3D version of that.
Yeah, it wasn't much different, really. But...
What?
And I went to a couple other midnight releases, but
I just
anyways,
now found that out today.
let's dive into Passenger. Not
Yes.
the Passenger.
Not the Passenger, just
Passenger.
So Passenger. Of course, I got to give you the stats. First of all, 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I was a little surprised. And then 51% on the popcorn, which I was like, okay, that's not much better. I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, after watching it, I could see.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
It's not that bad, but I've seen worse, but we'll get into that.
So Passenger is a 2026 American supernatural horror film directed by, and I don't know if I'm going to say this name right, André, I think it's Øvredal, and written by T.W. Burgess and Zachary Donohue. The film stars Jacob I'm probably pronouncing these wrong. Melissa Leo, she's been in lots of movies. Melissa Lou, she was in, I looked her up and she's been in a lot of movies. But one that really stood out to me.
The main actress in the movie?
Yeah, the one that I told them to, the older redheaded lady.
Donna or whatever her name was.
Yeah, we've already forgotten. But she was actually...
I want to call her Donna because she reminded me from Donna from From.
Yeah, she does. She does.
If you watch From.
If you watch From, she is like so her.
She got her... I first saw her and I was like, is this Donna from From?
She is her doppelganger for sure. But she was actually in Dead Time Stories, which I don't know. Did we ever end up watching it? It scared me to death as a kid. Scared me to death.
We might have watched it. Did George Romero do that?
I
think George Romero done Dead Time Stories.
It was kind of like fairy tales, but like a scary version, and it scared me half to death.
Yeah, because it was like the witch was reading from the book, right?
No. There was a kid in the bed, and his uncle or whoever was babysitting him, and would come in and read him these stories, and then he would leave the room, and he was like stuffing.
Yeah. I think we watched it. I think it's still George Romero.
Okay.
But anyways.
So the movie is basically like in the film, a young couple, they're at the beginning of the movie, they're packing up their apartment and they're packing their stuff in a van. And we're like, okay, obviously they're moving somewhere, but they're not moving somewhere. They're just going on this like road trip.
Well, they are moving, but they're moving into a van.
Yeah, they're moving, and it's a nice van. It's a very nice van.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
mind living.
I kind of watched it. I was like, that wouldn't be a bad life, but I was kept wondering, like, what are they going to do about money?
I wondered the same thing. I was like, well, how are they going to survive, and what are they going to do? And then they were like, well, we could stop here and take a shower. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about all that. It just kind of. I mean, it'd be fun for a little bit.
Kind of like the chick in the movie. She was like, yeah, this is okay for now.
Right.
What are we going to do to sustain?
Right. And then I don't know. But
before we get too far into it, do you feel like watching the trailer and then watching the movie that they gave almost too much away in the trailer?
Honestly, no.
What?
No.
I feel like they hit all the points in the trailer. Like, if you've seen the trailer...
All I remember from the trailer was the beginning part where the guy stopped to use the bathroom and then the doors are open, and that's all I watched because I refused to watch any more of it.
Yeah, but they show
I didn't watch anything else. So I refuse to watch anything else because I don't want to mess it up.
We saw it in other movies. Like
I didn't pay
they showed
attention.
the part where she's in the van and something grabs her neck.
I
They
must
showed
have
that part
blocked
in the
all that out
trailer.
because I don't remember any
They
of
showed
that.
all the bodies in the trailer. Like, not to give too much away. Like, if you watch the trailer, like, to me,
I didn't see any of that. All I seen was the
you
beginning
must have been
scene.
paying attention. They
That's
showed
not
too
surprising.
much to me. My biggest gripe, which is with trailers, they showed too much.
Well, I just watched that one part, and then I must have just.
They showed too much. But anyways,
But
back
anyway,
to Passenger.
I kind of felt like I'm gonna give you this jump scare city. I mean,
God.
I literally and I don't jump
This
easily.
movie is loaded with jump scares.
Scared the living shit out of me. Which there was one part that I even said Jesus Christ, and the lady said it in the movie, and I was like, and I don't.
It's like 2 seconds after you said it, the lady said Jesus Christ.
I mean, like I
You
literally
just said
don't
that.
like to take Jesus Christ, but it just came out of my mouth, and then she said it, and I was like, yeah, I feel you, lady, because it
This is
just
jump scare
scared
galore.
me to death.
Spoiler warning: jump scare galore.
Jump scare, and I was prepared. I mean, usually you know when a jump scare's coming, you're like, oh, it's the music or the vibe or whatever. But I had no idea, and I'm watching, and I'm like, no.
I feel like this one they kind of did jump scares better than some of them.
This was the best jump scare I have ever seen.
It would be kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden a jump scare would come out of nowhere.
Yes, it would just
like you wouldn't really expect it.
Whoever did the jump scare, I'm gonna give you 100%.
That's what
that.
This movie, to me, this is what had the best thing going for it was the jump
Yes,
scares.
the jump scare was 100%. The movie, not so much. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that.
They're packing up. They're moving. Well, they're not moving. They're giving up their apartment. They're living in a van.
They're living in a van, not down by the river. But
back to the details.
Not living in a van down by the river. Yeah, we always do. But yeah, so they're packing up, living in a van, and then they stop at I can't remember, some kind of retreat, and some famous guy
it's like Burning Man, but it's called Burning Van, which I thought was kind of cool because it's like
I
all
didn't
these
know what
different.
Burning Man is.
Yeah, there's a Burning Man celebration out in the desert. I think
Really?
Arizona or Nevada. I think it's Nevada. And
See, I don't know.
They got this big, huge wood man. And they burn him on, set him on fire.
How have I never known this?
I thought you knew about the Burning Man celebration.
Of course, I never.
It's out in the Nevada desert somewhere. It's like way out there.
I want to go to the Burning Man festival.
So now they have. I don't know if it may be real. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
We're definitely Googling that after this.
They went to this like festival, which they didn't really call it a festival. They just said they're going to this RV thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's all these vans and campers and shit around everywhere.
Yeah.
And they call it the Burning Van in this movie.
I never knew about the Burning Man though.
So, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
They have this, like, it's not huge, but they have this fire pit with wood, and they have this wooden van sitting on top of it, and they light it up, and it says Burning Van. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like Burning Man.
See, I didn't know that.
And I don't know if it's real. Burning Man is real, but I don't know if Burning Van is real.
We're also going to find out about that too.
But anyways, yeah, they start off, they're going to go to Hot Springs, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was just crazy because we're from East Tennessee. We're like, hey, they're not far out of our territory.
And they bring up the GPS that shows Gatlinburg, and I guess they're mapping it from Gatlinburg to
and then
to
Chimney Rock, and we were going to go to Chimney Rock, which is up near Asheville.
But then they end up, somewhere's in there.
Yeah, because I wanted to go there before all the flooding.
They end up not going because they don't make the reservation because of traffic or whatever. So I think they end up going from there to Burning Van, right? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I think so. And
so yeah, there's some YouTuber dude that's like big into van living, and the main guy's like, "Oh my God, it's so and so," and he's like, "Dude, I've watched all your videos like 1,000 times," and he like shows me his van and all this shit. But before that, they're going on the back road. But they show this. They show this
in the trailer.
Not them particularly, but they show the other dude in the trailer,
right,
going on the back road, and then like they stop to pee, and then something happens, and he jumps in the car and drives off, and he keeps seeing the same dude standing beside the road, and all of a sudden the dude's in the car with him, and like freaks you the fuck out.
Well, and when he starts to, so it's him and his buddy driving, and then when he stops to pee, he gets out, and then he's blowing the horn, and he's like, "Okay, I'm coming," and he comes back to the car, and all the doors are open.
But you see all this in the trailer,
right? You see all this.
You give all this in the trailer,
right? But so you see all this in the trailer, shutting all the doors. He gets in the car, and he's like Okay, he's getting ready to drive off, and all of a sudden his buddy comes through.
Boom.
Boom, he comes through the windshield. You see that on the trailer. And then he's like driving away and he keeps seeing the same person.
Yeah, this is kind of a play on like one of those folklore haunted road kind of things.
Which I did love that. Love the
like the woman in white standing in the curve or whatever kind of
like
folklore that everybody's heard around all these back roads. Like somebody got
the lady
killed
with a ribbon around her neck and the so and so on the bridge.
But you don't know who this guy is at first.
No, you don't. I love stuff like that because I love spooky folklore whatever.
So I don't know what got me first in this movie is they're going to go to Hot Springs and they can't go to Hot Springs. So then they're like, oh, there's a hotel. It's like an hour away. We'll go there. And they start driving. And then all of a sudden they're on this back road where this haunted road is.
Right.
And I'm like, the hotel was only an hour away. And then they're driving on this back road, and all this shit happens, of course. And then they finally make it to the hotel, and I'm like, I don't understand. That get kind of threw me off there a little bit because like it's only an hour drive, and all of a sudden they're on this backwood going through the national forest.
If we ever make a movie, they'll be very detailed and very technical.
It'll be like Obsession.
It'll be worse than that. It'll be worse than that.
And they finally make it. I'm like, where the fuck's this hotel at? And then they finally make it, of course. But yeah.
Right.
So.
It's always the little details that don't make sense.
Yeah, and there's some other stuff in this movie.
There's a lot of weird stuff.
But anyways, so they see a wreck and they get their car marked or whatever. Are we going to spoil this too much?
No, we are not, but you already are.
A lot of this gives away in the trailer because I seen the claw marks in the trunk.
I didn't see that in the trailer.
It shows it in the trailer.
I didn't see it.
They gave too much away. If you watch the trailer, you've seen the movie.
But anyway, so
not exactly, but
if you are a jump scare person, which I usually am not, but it literally made me jump at least 5, maybe 6 times. And I'm usually like, I'm on guard. I'm like, nothing's scaring me. I literally jumped.
It got me a couple of times.
It got me at least 5 times. And I'm like, what the heck? How are they doing this to me? I was like, I'm a pro. How are they scaring me? How are they jump scaring me? Because I'm not scared of nothing. No.
The jump scares were good in this movie.
They got me.
I'll have to admit, the jump scares were good. If you like a good jump scare movie, this is probably going to be your movie. But
this is like what I'm going to tell you is this is like a haunted house movie. Because if you go in a haunted house, I always jump through my skin because they always surprise me. They always get me. And this is how this movie was like a haunted house movie.
They got away from the guide going, and it's right here, and beating a stick against the floor kind of thing in the 80s and signaling everybody.
I'm telling you, like, if they could make a haunted house, they would be like golden because it literally like the jump scares.
If you went to a haunted house in the 80s, you know, because they always had the guides like, oh, and this old woman's right here, and beating a stick against the floor, and then everybody comes out, jumps you, scares you, and you know it's coming.
Like,
nowadays they don't do that.
No, but I'm telling you, like I was prepared for, but usually like the creepy music leads up to it. There was nothing. And then the way they filmed it with the dark and then the lights and then like the way they did it.
Oh, that one part where they were right down on the side of the road, which they showed in the trailer, the taillights flickering, and it was like they did it slow motion. That was pretty cool. I did like that part.
Now, and I tell you, I'm going to tell you this part because this part just really freaked me out.
Spoiler alert.
It's a little bit of a spoiler, but this part freaked me out. Was when because some of them was like, we'll stop at a 24-hour gym. You can take a shower or whatever. So
that was the big van dude that he was obsessed with. He's like, they were like, oh, we're going to camp on the street, and we had to leave. He's like, dude, 24-hour gyms is your friend.
Yes.
Which they could have went to Walmart. Well, I mean, you can't take a shower, but you could park in a Walmart parking lot.
Yes, you can take a shower. Have you not seen
that
Walmart movie? Yeah, have you not seen that movie with Natalie Portman where she lives in Walmart for like 5 days? You can take a shower. You can live there.
You can't. Where is a shower in Walmart?
I don't know, but it was on that movie.
You can take a horse bath in the sink, but that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
But they let people camp overnight in Walmart parking lots, but they went to a 24-hour gym, which like Planet Fitness, they have showers. So he's like, the 24-hour gyms are your friend because they got showers. So anyways, continue.
So they go to the 24-hour gym, and the girl and the guy, he's running on the treadmill.
Yeah, they work out and take a shower.
Anyway, she's like, I'm going to go onto the van. So she's coming outside and she's hearing these noises and stuff, and she keeps getting closer to the van, but then she hears something and she stops, and then she's like, I don't know if you've ever watched an Austin Power movie, but like it's like, and the thing's like far away, and then it's like, and then it's like all of a sudden right there in your face. It was almost like, what the heck? Like it was like there, and then she
It's kind of the
was.
opposite of that.
Well, yeah, it was like she was okay, I'm almost at the van, and then the scene changed, and she was far away again. And the scene changed, and she was far away again. I was like, how can she not get to the van?
It's against it, and then like almost to the van, and here's somebody walking up behind her.
Yeah.
So then she would turn around, and the camera would pan around to show her view, and nobody, of course, would be behind her. And then she'd turn back around, and the van would be like 4 parking spots over again.
Yes, and I was like, what the
And it repeated like 5 times. I'm like, what the hell?
We kept going, what is going on? Which that part was cool. It was freaky. And
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I had to
It did have
mention.
some cool parts in the movie.
Yeah, it did. I mean, did we love it?
Well, we'll get to that. How much more do you want to go into the story of it?
I don't want to ruin it for anybody because I want you to know. Basically, there's a lot of jump scares. They're traveling. It's called The Passenger. If you've seen the trailer, you know they're
Not
driving
the.
on the road. What?
I said it's not the, it's just Passenger.
Anyway,
But it is kind of a folklorish, kind of haunted road kind of movie.
if you like haunted, creepy, ghosty kind of things, you'll like this, which I do, and
To
that's what
me-
I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, it was kind of almost Final Destination-ish.
I did pick up on the Final Destination vibe.
Paranormal Activity
Yes.
kind of combined in a way.
Yes.
To me, that's just me.
And then maybe a little bit urban legendy too.
Yeah, because of because it's kind of an urban legend
I
of
love
what
urban
happened.
legend. I love urban legends, and I
Which,
love that.
coming
movie.
from, like, I'm assuming it's somewhere around here. I don't know. I know they end up in Arizona.
Yes.
But, like, going to Hot Springs, and then I don't know exactly where the road is, but being from this area in Appalachia and all the, like, folklore haunted road kind of bullshit that we have around here that we don't know if it's true or not true.
Yeah.
It kind of goes from that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ghosty with Paranormal Activity, kind of Final Destination. A couple of things kind of reminded me of Final Destination. It happens in what was the other one you said?
Legend.
Urban Legend because of the folklorish haunted road kind of thing.
Yes. I did, and I like stuff like that. I like creepy, spooky, weird stories.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it wasn't bad.
Was it my favorite? No, but I've seen worse.
I've definitely seen worse. But like I'm telling you, the jump scares is what got it for me. I was not expecting that at all. I was not like, this movie's not gonna.
And listen to this before you go watch it. If you're not going to expect them, I'll go ahead and tell you. There's a lot of jump scares, but you're not going to know when they come.
No, I'm telling you, because we watch a lot of stuff, and we don't get scared easily, and we don't jump very much at all. And I'm telling you, I jumped out of my skin at least 5 times, and that's big for me, because I usually do not do that.
As far as the overall story, did you like it?
I liked the part about the folklore and the backstory and them talking to that lady and all that part. But then as it went on, it got a little bit overkill for me. That's just my opinion.
I agree with that. Like,
yeah.
There's some ridiculous parts. Like, I'm like, come on, man.
I know, it was a little over the top. And I'm going to tell you one part. When they were almost out of gas, and then they kept driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. I'm like, seriously? How much gas do you have in that big van?
The gas light came on.
Yes, and they drove for like 40 minutes after that. And I was like, that's bullcrap.
And then, you want to touch on that a minute? It runs out of gas right at the exact point. Right at the exact I'm like, seriously, right at that exact time you run out of gas, like you didn't run out of gas before that. And when you watch the movie, you'll see it and you'll think the same thing. Like, seriously.
I was like, how convenient is that?
Exactly.
Like, I was like, that's bull.
Come on, man.
Shit right there. That is bull.
You had just enough gas to do exactly what you want to do, and then you're
done. I was like, yeah, okay. That would never happen.
You'd run out in real life. They'd run out halfway through the desert to do
Yes, absolutely. I was like,
the fucking gas light came on.
Yeah, and then what killed me, it was like...
And they kept going.
And how did they never get gas until that one point? They were like, driving. We better fill up. I'm like, well, that van must hold like a lot of gas.
Well, they didn't get into that much detail of it.
Well, I know, but still.
They did show them gas up at one time, but then something weird happened, and then they were out of gas all of a sudden.
I know, and was like, I don't know. That's a
I
little,
guess the passenger drained your gas tank.
I guess so.
I did like I told you. I know beforehand before we watched it. I said I hope they play the passenger from Michael Hutchins or Iggy Pop or something along that lines. Which Michael Hutchins does the cover of Passenger in Batman Forever, the most sensitive of all the Batmans. And Iggy Pop done it originally. I was like, they got to play the Passenger. They got to play that song. It's like I didn't get Obsession in Obsession, but I was like,
No, we
give
didn't.
me Passenger in Passenger.
I wish we would
And
have gotten Obsession.
they played it
Obsession.
at the end credits. They did play it. So there's
But it
that
wasn't
plus.
the original version.
No, it was Susie and somebody.
But it was a good version.
Yeah, it was good. And I was like, hell yeah, at least they play a version of the Passenger
And
song.
I'm going to tell you, I'm a big music person, and I didn't even know that song, which is shocking for me. I was like,
It's kind of like
"What?"
the remake of Pet Sematary, and I was like, they got to play Pet Sematary, which they did, but it was somebody else doing it, which was a good version. It's no Ramones. It's not going to touch the Ramones version.
No, nothing.
But it was a good version, and this was a good version. It's not as cool as Michael Hutchins' cover of it, but it was still, I was like,
I'm
at
gonna
least they
have
played
to-
Passenger.
I'm going to have to listen to the other versions after this because I
played you Michael Hutchins, but I'll replay it, and then we'll listen to Iggy Pop as well.
Yes, and I
But,
love Iggy Pop too.
Any other details on the story?
No, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I feel like you need to go in and, like we did, and try to go in blind and see your thoughts.
Well, like I said, if you watch the trailer, you've seen too much already in this movie.
Well, I mean, you've seen some, but I just kind of thought the story was going in a way different direction, in my opinion. I was thinking like I don't know how to say it without spoiling it. I felt like my first thought was like somebody was out there, like killed somebody in
No,
the.
I knew it wasn't going that way.
But then I was like, no, because then kept seeing the same person over and over. So I was like, well, it's got to be something ghostly, spooky. But then I didn't think the other couple was going to tie. I thought it was going to go a different direction.
Oh, you thought it was going like the original people that saw the passenger at the first?
Yeah, I thought it was going to kind of be more like.
More their story instead of the other couple?
Right. That's what I thought that maybe that guy, maybe it's like I don't know, his family.
They do show that one guy again, but then it's like very brief and then it's over with.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was going in that direction, which was fine, but it's just not what I expected.
So, you want to rate it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2.5.
2.5? Do you recommend watching it?
I think so. If you are ghostly and you like the jump scare, I say give it a chance. You don't have to run out to the theater and watch it necessarily. But when being in the theater and it being quiet and everything, I think that maybe jump a little bit more if you.
It added to the jump scares, didn't it?
It did. If you really want to enjoy the jump scares, I say go watch it in theater. But if you want to watch it at home, turn the lights out, make everything quiet. Don't let anybody.
I think the jump scares still be good at home.
I think they would.
If you turn your sound up,
turn the
lights off,
turn the lights out,
because it's going to be quiet.
Stay off your phone. Don't let anybody talk, and I think you'll enjoy it.
We had another couple in the theater with us, and they were like, which it was at the beginning, but I was like, if they do that shit again, I'm going to say something. I guess they dropped something. I don't know. They turned the flashlight on their phone.
Somebody always drops a phone every time
like,
we go.
Dude, come on. And then it come on again. I'm like, they do it one more time, I'm going to say something. And then I could hear them talk a couple of times, but it wasn't nothing like. It's when the movie was really like dead silent.
Yeah, but I'm like,
so
why does everybody
away.
drop their phone when we go to the theater? Just sit it in the cup holder like I do and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know if they dropped their phone. They might have
movie.
dropped something else. I don't know.
It sounds like a phone. Every time we go, somebody drops a freaking phone.
But yeah, while I was watching this, I was thinking 2 or 2.5. I'm going to give it 2.5 as well, just for the jump scares.
We agree?
Yeah, the story, I like the ghostly part, like the haunted road kind of thing.
I love the haunted road. I love the
being
ghostly.
from this area.
I did enjoy
and all the
that.
haunted tales and folklore shit that we've got going on
I love
here.
that too.
I liked that. Some of the stuff was kind of stupid.
Yeah, some of it was a little.
And I was like, really? Come on.
Yeah, but the jump scares, I was just really impressed because, like I'm saying, nothing made me jump.
If you like a good jump scare and you just want to be freaked the fuck out for like 2 seconds when it happens in the film or movie or whatever, then watch it. Yeah, you don't have to go to the theater. I say whatever. There's nothing else on. Check it out. But
don't kill yourself to go out and watch it. I mean, yeah, watch it.
If you're going to watch it at home, make sure it's at night.
Make sure it's at night.
dark, with
Unless
the
you're
sound up,
unless you're a
just to
person.
experience the jump scares
If
more.
you really want to, if you
If
really,
you really want to experience it more, then go to the theater.
right, if you want to experience the full effect and you're not chicken, turn the lights out and do all that and then really experience it. But if you're one of these people that are like, some people we know like to watch horror movies during the daytime.
Yeah, Jenna. But it's not a super recommend high on my list to me.
No, it's not one of our favorites.
It was okay.
We still like Obsession better.
Obsession is the best movie I've seen so far this year.
Yes, Obsession.
I wish I rated it higher. On the last episode, I should have went like 4.5 or 5.
Well,
The more I think about it, I'm thinking 5 on that movie.
Well, I did 4.5, but 5 is like a big jump for me. But 4.5,
yeah, I went 4. I should have went at least 4.5, maybe 5, because
but the
more I read on it,
director is just so like.
he made that movie on $750,000. Like, that's like amazing to me.
Yeah.
And to me, Obsession is the movie of the year so far.
Yeah,
but that's a different. This is all about.
I'm gonna say Obsession to me and this so far on my list as far as what we watched lately.
Yeah, this is the last of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen those two and you want to see the next horror movie of the year so far, then go watch Passenger.
Yeah.
It's not a must see to me.
No, you don't have to run out and watch it, but like I said, if you're at home, give
Some plot
yourself
holes. There's some
yeah.
what the hell's going on in this thing. The story is kind of good. It's kind of creepy. It's got some super good jump
But
scares.
I'm telling you, here lately, I've been more impressed with the horror movies that have been coming out lately. Because
we've been getting some good shit so far this year.
Finally getting some good stuff because it's like the 80s, we had some really good slashers, and then we went through a dry spell with no good horror, and now we're finally getting some decent horror. Like there's somebody out there finally killing it.
This year's
literally.
the year for horror, because we got Evil Dead.
Oh my gosh,
Evil Dead Burn still coming out.
This has been the year for the horror. It's been great.
I can't remember the rest of them right off the top of my head, but yeah, there's some good movies coming out.
We're finally getting our fix. So,
yeah. So, anyways, final thoughts. Anything else you want to add on Passenger?
No, I'm just like,
don't rush out and watch it.
Don't rush out and watch it if you want to watch it
at some point.
Yeah, don't kill yourself to watch it, but
be ready to get jump scared.
But ready to get jump scared to death, especially me. And like I said, I am not a jump scare person, and I was jumping and screaming.
So we agree on this. We're not arguing on this.
We're not arguing.
All right.
All right.
Until next time, creeps. I'm Jeff Darko.
I'm Beth Graves.
Almost.